All right, so again, I strongly recommend you've tried this before you watch the video. If you haven't, you're going to feel like you're really great at this, and then maybe find out when we have the worksheet this week, or even worse on the first exam, that you didn't really figure it out yourself. So if you've already tried this, you'll notice that I was very nice in this problem. I told you what X and Y were. X is salary. This is the total team salary, right? And our Y is the number of wins out of the 16 regular season games. So for our one sentence interpretation, first let's note that our slope is our 0.062, and then we're going to start that sentence that we have written down, hopefully on our note card. For every one, now remember, total team salary is our X, we need units. Ooh, this $M means $1 million. Increase in total team salary what's going to happen with our Y? Well, number of wins is predicted to, since it's a positive slope, we're going to go with increase by, and then we use our slope amount, games or wins. This one's a little bit tricky because number of wins already implies the units, but I don't want us to ever forget units, so I'm still going to make up something here. So wins, games, something there. If you didn't have anything here, it wouldn't actually be wrong. Again, I just want to make sure that we kind of have this consistency of like, okay, always put units on both pieces of the slope interpretation. And if you wanted to be really good, you would put out of the 16 regular season games, but I'm bored, so I'm not going to finish that. All right, so then the next piece, here's where things get a little funky. So again, if you haven't tried it on your own, try it. See how this is something we haven't truly talked about, but definitely something you can do. So we're told that a team spent $60 million on salaries, which you know is our X. One thing, we don't need a crap ton of zeros here. Our units were already millions of dollars, so X is just 60. If the residual was negative 1.50, they just gave us a residual. That's funky. And then the last piece here, so the residual is this. What is the true number of games won? We want to know what Y is. Well, I'm sure some of you weren't stymied, but for those that were, remember, as soon as we see the word residual, we probably want to write down Y, E is equal to Y minus Y hat. Well, we could fill in some stuff here. We know E is 1.503. We know we're looking for the real Y, so we'll leave that blank. So if only we had Y hat, we could solve this problem. Wait, we know how to get Y hat, right? Y hat is just our predicted value. So this is, again, just a two-step question. In step one, find Y hat. So when in doubt, just find Y hat. And then step two is to use our residual formula. So Y hat, as always, is just taking our regression line and plugging in our X, boop, seeing what that is. I always have my thing in the wrong spot. .503. Oops, I wanted blue. And now we have that to plug into this equation. And now we are literally going to do the hardest algebra of our statistics class. This is as hard as it gets, folks. We got to solve this equation for the Y that's there. And since Y is having 5.503 subtracted from it, we are going to add 5.503 to both sides, which will leave us with Y is equal to 4. And remember, we need to put some sort of units on this. So what is this 4 about? This is 4 wins out of the 16 regular season games. So this team only managed to win 4 games despite spending $60 million.